Did a sitting U.S. president lead a secret conspiracy to bring down his successor? Tulsi Gabbard says yes, and now she's calling for former President Barack Obama to face criminal charges. In a bombshell report just declassified, Gabbard alleges a treasonous conspiracy within the Obama administration to fabricate evidence and undermine Donald Trump. Tulsi Gabbard, once a Democratic congresswoman from Hawaii, is now the Director of National Intelligence, one of the most powerful figures overseeing America's intelligence agencies. On Friday, she declassified a report her office compiled, detailing what she describes as a calculated effort by the Obama administration to mislead the public and sabotage Donald Trump's presidency before it even began. On Saturday morning, she appeared on Fox and Friends, telling the American people that, quote, "The seriousness of the actions that were taken demand accountability." So what exactly is Gabbard alleging? According to her report, senior officials under President Obama manufactured and politicized intelligence during the 2016 election. The goal, she claims, was to falsely convince the public that Russia was trying to influence the outcome of the election to help Donald Trump. Gabbard says the intelligence community at the time privately assessed that Russia lacked both the intent and the capability to change the election results. But instead of leveling with the American people, she claims, Obama's team directed a manufactured piece of intelligence to portray Trump as compromised. She calls it a years-long coup, an effort not only to damage Trump's reputation, but to delegitimize his presidency. So what's actually in the documents? Gabbard's office released more than 100 pages of previously classified material, including internal assessments and meeting notes. She claims these show that on the day after the 2016 election, President Obama called an emergency meeting of his National Security Council. According to the records, that meeting focused on framing Russian interference as a certainty, even though internal assessments raised doubts. On Fox News, Gabbard said, quote, "One day later, President Obama calls a meeting of his National Security Council and directs a manufactured piece of intelligence detailing not if, but how Russia tried to influence the outcome." In other words, she's accusing Obama of personally directing a false narrative and top intelligence officials of going along with it. The question now hanging over Washington is, could Barack Obama actually face criminal charges for what Gabbard calls a treasonous conspiracy? Gabbard herself didn't mince words. She said, "No one, no matter who they are, no matter how high up they are, no matter how powerful they may be, must escape accountability." Legally speaking, though, treason has a very narrow definition under U.S. law. It generally applies only to aiding enemies of the United States during wartime. Legal experts note that while treason may not be the correct term here, charges such as abuse of power, conspiracy to defraud the United States, or obstruction of justice could theoretically be considered, but would face steep political and legal hurdles. In American history, no former president has ever faced criminal prosecution for actions taken while in office. But the past few years have already seen unprecedented indictments of Donald Trump, so some argue the door is open. Reaction to Gabbard's report has been predictably divided. Supporters of Donald Trump say it confirms what they've argued all along, that the so-called Russia collusion narrative was a hoax designed to discredit him. Critics of Gabbard dismiss the report as politically motivated, with selective use of evidence. And so far, the Department of Justice has not commented on whether it plans to pursue any investigation based on her referral. But Gabbard's language is clear. She wants action. She said, quote, "The American people deserve the truth and the ability to have faith that when they cast a vote at the ballot box, the will of the people will be respected, no matter who's in power." So, did Tulsi Gabbard uncover a historic betrayal? Or is this just the latest battle in an endless partisan war? Do you believe former President Obama could or should face charges for what she calls a coup against Trump? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And for more fact-based reporting and analysis on the stories that matter most, don't forget to subscribe and stay informed.